Hi, welcome back to my channel, Teacher Max. Many of you ask about the differences between junior high school and senior high school ALTs. You wanted to know which between the two is better in terms of teaching and life at school in general. I asked my batchmates some questions, and their answers will give you some ideas not only on the differences but also the similarities between the two kinds of ALTs. Remember the term ESID, or every situation is different. The answers of the ALTs included in this video don't necessarily represent the ALT experience of all ALTs in Japan.
I never made it, but I know what it takes. I'm motivated by a mix of emotion. Got my statement, and I'm reading it slow so I can understand it fully. Appreciate my standing, go out of this world and right on time. Oh, never in my life have I seen the sky light up like this.
Hi, I'm Dana and I'm from Minamisoma City in Fukushima. I'm a senior high school ALT.
Hi, my name is Donna, a junior high school ALT in Osaka.
Hi, my name is JM and I am from Yamaguchi Prefecture and I'm a senior high school ALT.
Hi, I'm Hannah. I'm currently living in Fukui Prefecture and I'm a junior high school ALT.
I am Rosal. I am from Himeji City and I am a senior high school ALT.
Hello, my name is Tyrell and I'm a Totori ALT.
Hi, I am Hannah and I'm from Nagano. I'm also a senior high school ALT.
Hi, I'm Erwin. I'm from Kitango City, Kyoto Prefecture. I'm a junior high school ALT.
I'm Vanessa and I live in Gifu. I'm a senior high school ALT.
Hi, my name is Marla. I live in Osaka and I'm a junior high school ALT.
Hi, my name is Jello. I'm from Gifu City and I'm a senior high school ALT.
Hi, I'm Angelique. Lek for short. I'm from Tatebayashi. I'm a junior high school ALT.
My employer was Haramachi High School.
Board of Education.
Yamaguchi Board of Education.
My employer is Imajo Junior High School.
I am hired by Hyogo Board of Education.
My employer is the Totori City Board of Education.
The Nagano Prefectural Board of Education.
Kitango City Board of Education.
A senior high school in Ogaki City.
Toyona Town Board of Education.
I'm employed by the Gifu Prefectural Board of Education, but my placement school is Gifu Senior High School of Agriculture and Forestry.
My employer is Tatebayashi Daiichi Junior High School.
Usually I'm T2, but for the elective classes, I'm T1.
Teacher 2.
T1.
I am mostly teacher 2.
I am mostly T1, but there are also times when I am T2.
I'm it depends on the teacher. Sometimes I'm teacher 1. Sometimes I'm teacher 2. Really depends on the teacher.
I'm T1.
I want to be T1, but I'm T2.
T1.
T2.
Teacher 1.
T2.
Yes, I make lesson plans for the elective classes.
Yes, I do make lesson plans.
Yes.
I don't make lesson plans, but I do help out my JPEs in planning whenever there's a demo lesson coming up.
No, I don't make lesson plans for the everyday lesson, but what I do is at the start of the academic year, I submit a list of lessons that we will teach for the entire year, so kind of like a curriculum. It's adapted from the Yoga Board of Education's Can-Do list. The Can-Do list is a list of English abilities that are expected from the students once they finish their grade or their level.
Yes and no. Also depends on the teacher. If the teacher asks me to make a lesson plan, then I make a lesson plan. But usually it doesn't happen.
Yes.
No, I don't make lesson plans.
Yes.
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 No, I don't make lesson plans. Even the teachers don't.
Yes, I do check students' works, especially their short essays.
Yes, I check my students' work.
Yes.
Yes, I am in charge of checking and grading the writing portion of major exams and seat works, and I'm also in charge of checking the students' English essay notebook.
Yes, I do check the students' work, but mostly they are essays or anything that has an English content in it.
Absolutely. All the time.
Yes.
Yes, I do check students' work. I actually have rainbow-colored pens in checking students' papers.
Yes.
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 Yes, I check students' work, both speaking and writing tasks.
Yes, I train students for speech contests every summer, and I'm also asked to be one of the judges for the junior high school speech contests every year for our city.
No, I don't, but if they have questions, I gladly welcome them.
No.
Yes, I mostly train students for the speech contest and for ACAN.
Yes, I do train students every time they join speech contests.
Yes, it's one of the main duties of being an ALT in Tuscany City. You have to help your students on speech competitions.
Yes.
Yes, I do train students for speech competitions. Unfortunately, we haven't won. Hopefully, before my 5-year contract ends, we'd be able to bring home a trophy.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
Yes, and I'm doing it now because it's speech competition season in summer.
I usually have 3 classes per day.
I usually have 4 classes a day in junior high school.
4 to 6 classes.
I have an average of 4 classes per day, but on Mondays I only get 2.
Actually, for this question, it depends on the schedule that will be given to you. So for me, on Monday, which is my busiest day, I have 5 classes. And on that day, we only have 7 classes, so 5 out of 7. On my not so busy days, at least 2 classes.
Usually in junior high school, I have 4 to 5 classes a day, rarely 6, but in elementary school, I always have 6 classes.
Sometimes 1, sometimes 3 or 4 classes in a day.
I usually have 4 to 5 classes in a day. I actually go to elementary schools, and at the elementary schools, I have 4 classes in the morning. And when I go back to the junior high school in the afternoon, I'd have 1 or 2 classes. So all in all, 4 to 5 classes in a day.
3 to 5 classes.
Around 4 classes a day. And no, I don't work at elementary schools.
4 to 5 classes a day.
How many classes do you have in a day? I have 1 to 5 classes. Sobrang laki ng difference. Kasi kalat siya. Pero ang point ay, I'm handling all 3 grade levels, 4 to 5 classes in each grade level. Plus, my special education classes, which I meet twice a week. Do you have elementary schools? Yes, I used to. For 2 school years, I had one elementary school I went to once a week. But as far as I know, we only did that because we didn't have enough ALTs in Tatebayashi. But this year, because we have enough, yeah, I'm back to being in just my main school.
No, we don't have school lunch in senior high schools.
Yes, we do have school lunch.
No.
Junior high school ALTs all have kyushoku or school lunches, but I stopped getting it maybe 6 months after I first came here because of dietary restrictions.
In senior high school, we don't have school lunch like the compulsory lunch for everybody, but we have a cafeteria at school and students can buy at the cafeteria or they can bring their bento.
Yes.
No.
Yes, we have school lunch. I love Kyushoku.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
I'm not really required to participate, but I choose to participate so that the students will be forced to speak to me in English.
No, we are not required, but we are encouraged, and usually I have special tasks. And of course, it's much better to participate than not participate at all, right?
Yes.
No, my attendance is required, but I'm not required to actively participate in the school events.
It depends on the event. If the event has something connected to the English department, yes, you are required. For example, Open High School having the English demo lesson, so I did that twice already, and so I'm required. But for the others, they don't require you, but I really want to join because I want to experience the Japanese school culture.
School events, for example, school festival, chorus competitions are required to all teachers. So yes.
Yes and no. Sometimes you are required, sometimes you're not.
No, I'm not required.
Yes.
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 Are you required to participate in school events? If participation means just being there, yes. Pero sa ano ka? Chorus contest, kasi lahat ng teachers kasama dun sa presentation, nag-aano din kami, nagpa-perform kami. So inaral ko yung Japanese song. Tapos kasama ko sila mag-perform, kinakanta namin. Yun lang, that's it. Pero in other school events, wala, as in nandun lang ako para manood.
Yes, I'm part of the tea ceremony and the koto club for some time.
I sometimes join clubs, like volleyball.
Yes.
No.
Yes, I do join school clubs. Actually, I am part of a school club. It's called ESS or English Speaking Society. I think ALTs are required to join it. And yeah, I'm pretty active in ESS. But sometimes when teachers invite me to join in their club, I also participate, like for example, basketball drills in the basketball club. So yes.
Yes, especially during summer vacation, I joined a basketball club.
Yes, sometimes, but now not much.
Before, when my JTE was the coach or the advisor of the volleyball team, I often joined the club. But now, I do. Sometimes.
Sometimes.
Not really.
Yes.
No.
Yes, I clean with the students after school, and it's also an opportunity for me to talk to them, like a small eikaiwa.
Yes, I clean with the students every 3:15 in the afternoon.
Yes.
Yes, I do. Cleaning the school is everyone's responsibility, so even the principal and the vice principal help out sometimes.
Yes, I also clean with the students, but that one particular job, I'm not required to do that. I just volunteer. Number one, because it's another way to be close to the students and to practice your Japanese or to practice their English. And number two, it's kind of embarrassing to just stay in the teacher's office and not to do anything because everybody, even the teachers, even Kyoto Sensei, would help in the school cleaning.
For junior high school, yes. For elementary school, unless they ask me to, no.
No.
I don't clean with the students.
No.
No.
Sometimes.
In elementary schools, yes, but not in junior high school.
No, our school doesn't have an English room.
Yes, we do have a very beautiful English room.
No.
In my base school, I don't have an English room, but in my visiting school, I do have one.
The school has an English room, but it's not particularly used for English classes. But if they choose to do so, they can. Normally, though, it is for English Speaking Society Club or ESS Club.
No.
No.
We don't have an English room, but I want one.
No.
Yes.
No.
Do I have an English room? Because of the English Village program, we were required to decorate a room in school. Yeah, that designated English Village room. Yun ang dine-decorate namin. Pero I can't call it an English room because the students do not go there for their English classes. Plus, I share that room with the student council, so I call it the English Village room.
For my first 2 years, I used to visit 3 schools, but for my 3rd year here, I needed to cover for the neighboring towns' high schools because they didn't have ALTs, so I had 6 schools last year.
I only have one school visit, and that is in preschool.
3.
I go to 2 schools. I have 1 base school and 1 visiting school.
Right now, I have 2 schools, 1 main school and 1 visiting school. But in the past, I only have the main school.
I have 1 main school and I have 4 elementary schools, so 5.
I have 2 schools, 1 base school and 1 visit school.
I go to 4 schools. The junior high school as my main school and 3 elementary schools as my visit schools.
3.
Just 1.
I do have a couple of visiting schools, but I'm not required to visit them. They just request me to check their scripts during speech contest season and do some ad hoc tasks like online lessons.
I have 1 school, but we go to a kindergarten once every term. Kapag exam ng mga bata, yung ALTs ay pinapapunta sa kindergarten. So that makes it thrice a week. We go thrice every school term. We go to a different kindergarten. Pero this year, on top of that, because we had again the English Village program, we had a 2-week-long school tour, which means punta kami sa lahat ng schools sa Tatebayashi. Yes. Yes, and I think we're going to do that in winter as well. And I think it's gonna be an annual thing. So how many schools? I cannot count anymore kasi ang dami.
Yes, we have a school festival, but we only celebrate it once every 3 years.
We do have school festival, like Culture Festival, and it's done every October or November.
Yes.
Yes, my base school and my visiting school have their school festival on the same day every year, which is sometime in September.
Yes, we do have a school festival and it is held every July.
Yes.
Yes.
No, we don't have a school festival.
Yes.
No.
Yes, and it's so much fun.
None that I know of.
I think I enjoy making connections with the students the most and just seeing them progress and learn.
What do I enjoy about being an ALT in junior high school? It's simple. It's the students and the coworkers, and all the other things I can do with them.
What I enjoy the most as a senior high school ALT is first, to be a T1. Second, the chance to join club activities. Third, participating in school festivals. And lastly, the way the students treat you.
I enjoy more free time to brainstorm and work on worksheets or games for my students. And I also spend that free time chatting up with students whenever they're also free.
What I enjoy most being a senior high school ALT? Actually, I really don't know how to answer this. This is kind of tricky question for me to answer because I really think it doesn't matter whether I'm in junior high school or I'm in senior high school. I think it doesn't matter at all, but I really enjoy it most whenever I have the lesson. Like a really good lesson, meaning the students have aha moments, we're learning something new, the students are having fun, the JTE is having fun, I am having fun, we're having a great time while discussing an English lesson, especially a tough one to discuss, and I have executed it well. That's the most fun part for me. So I think it doesn't really matter if I'm in a junior high school or in a senior high school. So that's what I enjoy most.
I think I enjoy watching my kids grow up. I enjoy watching them become better persons. I enjoy seeing them become mature people. I think to me it's the growth that really is very motivating for me. It has its own challenges, but it's a part of life.
I like being a senior high school ALT because you have more freedom. My JTEs give me freedom when it comes to planning my lessons. They also give me a chance to participate in events, and you can always talk to the kids, especially that they are already teenagers. They also engage with me on Instagram, sometimes sending me direct messages, and sometimes we would chat through that. So it's really great to be teaching in a senior high school.
What I enjoy most being a junior high school ALT is school lunch! Besides school lunch, I enjoy having JTEs who give me time to conduct my own activities. But just like what I said in the past vlogs, surprisingly, I enjoy teaching more at the elementary school.
Interacting with my students.
Last question. Of course, teaching Japanese kids.
So the thing that I enjoy the most as a senior high school ALT, aside from the fact that I'm teaching students who are almost adults because they're age 15 to 18 years old, is the fact that I'm teaching at an agricultural high school. So during my free time, I roam around the school and, play with animals like cows, horses, and I can buy the produce of my students like flowers, our own brand of ice cream, fruits, and other stuff. So yeah, I love being a senior high school ALT.
What do you enjoy most being a JHS ALT? I will be honest, and I say this because I'm honest, that the one thing I enjoy the most about being a JHS ALT is the time, the luxury of time. That can go both ways for sure. Pro and con. Siyempre, nakakabagot siya kapag wala ka talagang gagawin. Tapos, alam mo yung feeling na inaral mo to, di ba? Nag-aral ka eh. Nag-aral ka ng education eh. Pero hindi mo na-feel na na-challenge ka or nagagamit mo yung iyong, di ba, yung iyong skills dahil ikaw ay ALT or Assistant Language Teacher. But, I enjoy it because I can do whatever I want. Not necessarily, hindi naman ibig sabihin matutulog ka, di ba? Pero, say, if you're very passionate about your calling in the field of education, you may want to use your time to do your research, di ba? To write articles, to submit to different journals. Or, in my case, I use the time for me to study Japanese. Yes, because, wala lang. Diba? If you want to really be competitive, to have a competitive resume after being an ALT, I think it's necessary for you to be proficient in the language, or at least have a certain level of proficiency in Japanese. So yeah, to be honest, it's the time that I have. And, oo nga pala, kasi diba, ako ay teacher sa Pilipinas for 9 to 10 years. And as an English teacher, I really had so much on my plate. I had a lot on my plate, which meant that even if I went home, I'd have to bring some of the work with me. Diba? Kasi mag-check ka ng papers, ganyan. Kasi, hindi ko alam sa public school, pero sa private school kasi, kailangan mo, madami silang, written tasks, essays, research papers, ganyan. At sobra talagang matrabaho siya. Pero dito, as a junior high school ALT, I go home and relax. So I don't bring home any work. That's it.
In summary, junior high school ALTs are municipal ALTs, while senior high school ALTs are prefectural ALTs. Most senior high school ALTs are T1, while junior high school ALTs are T2. One common thing between the two is the fact that they both check students' work. Classes vary depending on the schedule, but range from 3 to 5 classes in a day. Take note that some junior high school ALTs also go to elementary schools. Junior high school ALTs enjoy their school lunches, while senior high school ALTs need to bring their own bento or buy at the cafeteria. Both love to maximize the time spent with the students by participating in school events and joining clubs. In conclusion, it doesn't really matter what kind of ALT you are. Both have advantages and disadvantages. It simply boils down to how you will live life to the max. I hope you learned a lot in this vlog. please do consider liking and sharing this video. And of course, subscribe and hit the notification bell. See you in the next vlog. Enjoy life!